Here we go. Take 3. Hello everybody, welcome to our very first edition of Inside Rockwood Tiger Football. I'm Mark Clem with the Rockwood Football Alumni Association. We're here today with the head coach of the Tigers, Coach John Webb. Coach, good to have you on our first show of the year.
I appreciate it, Mark. Thanks for letting me be here.
Coach, let's go back a little bit and look at last year's team. We finished 7-3 in District 3 AA. Included in those 3 losses were 2 by 1 point, 1 in overtime. Qualified for the playoffs where we played a very good Silverdale Academy Baptist team and lost in the first round. Can you touch a little bit on last year's season, on how it went?
Well, just like you said there, we really thought that we had a great season last year. Our kids played extremely hard, won 7 ball games. Yeah, we would like to have went on and made it a little further through the playoffs. Lost a couple of regular season games with 1 point. Go down and run into a good football team when we played Silverdale Academy. This football team that we had last year didn't really know what to expect at the beginning of the season, but they came out and they played hard, they gelled together and did a great job for us. And it's just one of those type teams. All of them are enjoyable to coach, but this one last year was it was a lot of joy. For us to be able to go out on the field with them each and every day and play, because we knew exactly what we was going to get from them.
Coach, we just finished up spring practice a few weeks ago. Can you touch on spring practice, how it went?
Well, spring practice for us went really well. We went last little bit of April, first part of May. Ended up going up to York Institute and scrimmaging them. Thought we had a pretty good scrimmage with those guys. The one thing that I do want to make sure that everybody understands, and being at a small school like we're at, being with a lot of the players that we had, a lot of baseball players, a couple of soccer players, we had some. Obviously we don't get our freshmen. We were low on numbers, so anybody that drove by and didn't really, know anything about what's going on. You didn't see a lot of numbers out there, but you never do for us in the spring. I think we ended up at about 25. And that's okay. We've been through it for many, many years now. We understand what we got to do, and we try to get through those 10 days, and with the scrimmage at the end, and be able to move on to summer, and then we get everybody back together with us. And right now, with our summer program, we're working out about 47 kids. Hopefully we'll keep all 47 of them, but that's a great number for us. That's what we always try to, maintain around here, and hopefully, some years might have a few less, sometimes we might have a few more, but that's a pretty good number for us. But spring practice went really well for us.
I think that's a good point. A lot of people don't realize the small schools like us with 400 in the student body, we have to share athletes. Most of our good athletes, they play multiple sports, play at least 2. Every now and then you have a few that'll play all 3 of them. We don't have that. Can't be fortunate like a Farragut or a Maryville, which has kids that just play football and they play it and work on it year-round with baseball or basketball. Looking at the month of June, Coach, I remember when I played in June, things have really changed, and June is a really hectic month for all athletes at Rockwood High School. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in the month of June for the Tigers.
Well, it has changed over the year, Mark, between the time I played and when you played, and sports in general at the high school level has basically become a year-round deal. But we do a good job here at Rockwood High School between myself and Coach K, our basketball coach, and Coach Witter, our baseball coach. We do a great job of sharing our athletes, and we try not to wear them out. We try to give them their time. But right now, here in the month of June, we're working. We're in the weight room out here conditioning about 3 days a week. This year, TWSAA has allowed us to go back out and actually get some instruction. So we've been able to put a football in our hands a little bit this year and get out on the field some and start working some stuff. So hopefully, this time next month, when it gets ready to get kicked off, we'll be ready to go.
Coach, can you give us a little insight on the upcoming season on a couple of players on each side of the football, offensive and defensively?
Well, we've got some experience coming back. We've talked about that before. It's very important for us. Usually at this time of year, that's one of the weaknesses that we have is depth and experience. And we seem to try to find a way to manage that and do a decent job with it. But right now, we really feel good about the experience that we have coming back. We don't have a whole lot of depth, but we've got to build some depth this summer. Going in the fall. We've got a lot of returning players that's played a lot of football for us. Just to name a few right now, we got Drake Long, rushed for over 1,300 yards for us last year. Dallas Strader, Justin Griffin, Tykel Hannibal, that's 3 returning starting offensive linemen. The reason that I wanted to mention them, we got some others, so we got a lot of other good players, but those 4 guys right there, they're going to be 4-year seniors, and you always want to, you're proud of those guys that are coming in as freshmen and they stick it out. and they play and they do a great job, and you know they just work hard for you, and you know they're great leaders, and that's the type of kids we want to have in our program right now.
Coach, August the 22nd is just right around the corner when we will travel to Oneida to play a Tony Lambert coach team, which you know is going to be ready. Last year we lost to Oneida here at home, 13-12, probably a game we should have won. Talk a little bit about that first game.
Well, we should have won that ball game. I'm not going to lie about it. But then on the other hand, we didn't know exactly where we were going to be as a football team last year. That's one reason that I want to open up the seasons, you know, against Oneidas and Sequoias and Sweetwaters and stuff like that. We want a tough opponent. We want to be ready to play. We want to know exactly what when we come out that first week about where we're at, what we need to work on, stuff like that. Oneida is a really good football team. You know, I'm sitting here talking about the experience that I've got coming back. They've probably got more experience coming back than we do. Tony Lambert does a great job with them, and a good coach up there, great coach up there for a lot of years. And you know, they're going to be ready to play. Obviously, going to Oneida, it's going to make it even tougher, but that's okay. You know, that's one thing that we don't sit around dwell on. You know, it's on Friday night, and it's time for us to go play, and that's what we're going to try to instill into our kids, no matter where it's at, and when and who. You know, we're going to try to have our guys prepared to be ready to play this year.
Coach, we appreciate you spending time here on our first edition of Inside Rockwood Tiger Football. For all you fans and alumni, just keep coming back to the site, rhsfootballalumni.com, for updates and highlights and statistics throughout the year. You can stop by and learn on the present Tigers. You can also look and learn some stuff on the past Tigers. So we're glad you stopped by, and until we're back on the air again, go Tigers!